Datasets are a core component of Rediviz. They are a version collection of tables containing data alongside rich documentation and metadata. Datasets can be hosted by organizations or individual users, and every dataset has its own dataset page. Datasets can be shared with other users on Rediviz according to their access configuration. Administrators can create datasets for their organization from the Datasets tab of their organization's administrator panel. These datasets can be seen and managed by any administrator in the organization. When released, they will be visible on the organization's homepage. Alternatively, anyone with a Rediviz account can create a dataset on the Datasets tab of their workspace. These datasets are by default only visible to their owner and have simplified options to support sharing with your collaborators. You will need to indicate the dataset's access level when creating it, and you can update this more later on as well. When you first create a dataset, it will be unpublished and only visible to other editors. This means you can edit the dataset and validate everything before releasing it. At the core of every dataset is the data it contains, so we'll get started there. All data in a dataset is stored in tables. We can create a new table on the Tables tab and start importing data. Rediviz can upload data from your computer or another location you've linked, such as Box, Google Drive, AWS, and Google Cloud. Once your data is finished importing, you can validate that this table looks as you expect it to. You can create more tables here if this dataset has multiple tables. If your data is split across multiple files that all follow the same structure, such as different file for each state or each year of the data but with the same variables, you'll want to put all of these files into the same table where they will be automatically appended together. Metadata is essential to helping your researchers find and utilize your dataset. While some metadata will be generated automatically, such as variable summary statistics and counts, much of the metadata will require additional input. On the Overview tab of the dataset, there are multiple suggested sections to help break down information about this dataset. You can fill out any of these that apply, such as the methodology, tags, and contact information. Rediviz will automatically generate citation and provenance information based on what we know about the dataset, but you can update this information with anything more specific. If you have additional information that you want to include that doesn't fit one of these headers, you can create a custom section. Custom sections can also be set to visible only to certain access levels if you have sensitive information. You should also populate the metadata on each table. Tables can have a description as well as an entity field that defines what each row in the table represents. You can also define the temporal range on the table when relevant. Finally, each variable within a table has its own metadata. The variable name and type will be predetermined from your data import, but you should add a short label and longer description to each variable to help researchers understand what that variable measures. Additionally, some variables will contain coded values, in which case you should provide value labels that represent the human-readable term for each code. Once you're ready to make your dataset available to others, you'll need to release it. You'll want to double-check all of your data before moving forward. While you can continue to edit the documentation and metadata after this version is released, the data cannot be changed and you'll need to release a new version to make any updates. You should also confirm your access settings that you set up when first creating this dataset. Once the dataset is released, it will become visible and available to anyone who would qualify for access. You can learn more about uploading data in our documentation and keep watching to learn about administering an organization.